Let's go out to Green Bay, where Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had a pretty wild offseason. Green Bay sent shockwaves throughout the league, trading up to draft Jordan Love. And it didn't take long for stories to surface about Rodgers' unhappiness. Well, now it looks like the team is trying to patch things up, with General Manager Brian Gutekunst telling The Athletic, quote, "We have one of the best to ever lace them up, and we're shooting for championships for as long as he's here. And we expect him to be here for quite a while." Bucky, have the Packers mishandled Rodgers this offseason?
Not at all. I think they've done great by Aaron Rodgers, and here's why. There's been a lot of conversation about the Packers not getting weapons around Aaron Rodgers. They didn't use a first-round draft pick on a wide receiver. They didn't pick up another one in free agency. But what they're doing is they're building an offense that will allow him to age gracefully at the position. What do I mean by that? They got a big running back in A.J. Dillon, a banger. Matt LaFleur wants to get back to running the offense that we saw him be a part of in Atlanta and also with the L.A. Rams, meaning stretch bootleg concepts, run game, more play action, more big plays. Take some of the pressure off Aaron Rodgers. I think people are forgetting Aaron Rodgers is 37 years old. As the quarterback gets older, you want to take a little bit off of his plate. More run game, more play action, more heavy sets. We're going to see the Green Bay Packers play a little more traditional style, and that is going to help Aaron Rodgers play better as he gets into the twilight of his career.
Boy, you sure can tell when Bucky hating on somebody. That's all I know.
What
when
are
it
you
was
talking about?
you was straight talking. Now you hating on some Aaron Rodgers. Of course they handled this the wrong way. You can't justify taking a quarterback with that high of a pick in the first round and say, well, you're getting a little older, Aaron. Well, we want to have you age gracefully. Nah, man, forget all that. This is what I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna make this personal. I'm gonna personalize this. What they're trying to do is make that descent and that landing a little bit softer than what it would be if they didn't say tongue-in-cheek things like this. When I was in Washington and the milk went bad and the well dried up for LaVar Arrington in Washington, D.C., I can remember sitting on the team bus pulling up to a stadium that had a 3-story Under Armour man standing there, and it was me. Head coach Joe Gibbs says to me, wow, look at that big 3-story picture of you, LaVar. Look at all these 56 jerseys with your name on it heading into the stadium right now. Boy, these people really love you. I was on the bench. I was a backup. I was not even starting. I went from Pro Bowler, captain, to being a bench warmer, and I could say I know the reason, but I still don't know the reason why I ended up being a bench warmer. The point is, you're selling all my jerseys. You got this big old ad where they paid all this money to put it on the stadium, and I'm on the bench. That's what's going on with Aaron Rodgers right now. You're saying one thing, but you're thinking something else. They no longer love Aaron Rodgers like that in the front office in Green Bay. So they're just trying to make that fall a little bit softer for one of the guys. I mean, I wasn't one of the greatest ever. He's one of the greatest ever to play the game, and I think they're giving him at least the courtesy to say, we're not going to just flat out say we're done with you and we're phasing you out. But they are flat out done with Aaron Rodgers, and they're starting to phase him out.
Yeah, I'm with you, LaVar, man. They mishandled this entire situation. Oh, let me help you age gracefully by not picking any of our primary needs in the first 4 rounds, including no wide receiver at all. Oh, that's going to really help Aaron Rodgers age gracefully. Stop with that, Bucky, right now. This is a situation where Aaron Rodgers is watching the draft just like us and finds out they draft not only in the first round, but they move up for a guy, Jordan Love, who regressed his last year and is a roll of the dice in terms of if he's going to make it or not in terms of being a franchise quarterback. How the hell does Carson Wentz get a phone call before the draft and say, hey, just a heads up, buddy, we're going to draft Jalen Hurts, it looks like. Just letting you know so you don't feel affected by it. And Aaron Rodgers, one of the potential GOATs of the game, can't even get the same common courtesy. Absolutely, they mishandled this situation, Bucky. This is your last go-around. Please defend yourself because the first take, man, it didn't land with us.
See, you're not understanding because you're not able to separate what the Packers are doing for the long-term future and what they're doing short-term. So the reason why we talked about the Packers for the last 30 years is because they've had quarterbacks. Quarterback, by your accounts, you would tell me it's the most important position, right? So if it's the most important position, you need to make sure that you have another one in the hopper ready, because they went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. I just told you how they're changing the way that they're playing, being a more heavy, run-oriented team to create easy opportunities for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball down the field. More tight ends on the field, big running back in A.J. Dillon. Play action is the easiest way to create those big play opportunities. That's what they're doing. But I'm going to go back to Aaron Rodgers because I feel like you guys are in your feelings like Aaron Rodgers. And maybe because you guys have your personal stories. But I'm gonna make it easy for you because I know you guys are hip hop heads. I think you remember when LL Cool J said, "If your love is strong, it can handle competition." Sometimes you need to bring the new chick in to help the old chick step up their game. So what they did by bringing the 10 in, Jordan Love, they're saying, Aaron Rodgers, we got this right here for you, but you need to step up your game. If not, she is going to replace you. So it's on Aaron Rodgers to step up his own game. They're not mishandling him. They're trying to inspire him to be a better player.
I see what's going on right now. I figured out what's going on right now. There's a GM job on the table for Bucky Brooks somewhere in the country that we're not aware of. You sound like a GM in the front office of an organization, and that's where we're at with you right now, Bucky Brooks. I'm telling you right now, from a player's perspective, from a media perspective, they handled this all wrong. I'm not trying to hear about no LL Cool J and this next other 10 good-looking girl over here, all that old mess you talking about right now. I'm looking at purely what the facts of what took place are. Aaron Rodgers said all year, we need a little help. We need a little more help. We get to the draft, you take that little more help that you could get. There's some really, really fine receivers in this year's draft. You could have got a game changer in that with that pick. You go with a quarterback. You're saying now to Aaron Rodgers, what do you feel about it? And the man is surprised and says it. He said he was surprised that they took a quarterback. That's strike 1 and 2 when you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. And now you're going to come out as the GM and say, you know what, we expect to have him for a while. Randall Cobb and Cooks is going to be his weapons? Come on, Bucky. I don't know what team it is that's about to pay you, but don't bring that on speak for yourself. You know they handled it wrong. You know they handled it wrong.
Hey, look, that ain't who he throwing the rock to anyway. But let's talk about what Aaron Rodgers has to be feeling. And only you who gets the opportunity to have a beer with Aaron Rodgers when the wall comes down can truly understand what he's really feeling. I think Aaron Rodgers is feeling like they're rooting for me to fail. The fact that they didn't surround me with the proper pieces at this age, if anything, this is the time I need more, not less, in terms of the passing game. So Aaron Rodgers knows he's on the 2-year clock. It's 2 years and done. And the general manager, Bucky Brooks, can understand this. After 2021, a $39 million cap number, but you can save over $22 million if you release Aaron Rodgers. Mark my words, 2 and done for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.